Hello guys, welcome back to Photographics Academy. All right, so today we're going to be looking at this picture and we're going to be learning how to add canvas background to your studio images. And not just adding canvas background, we're also going to see how you can add drama to that background and make it look even more dramatic and give you the beautiful effect you want to get at the end of the day. So without wasting much of your time, let's quickly get started. The first thing I'm going to do on this one definitely is to crop it. So I'm going to open up my layers, then pick up my cropping tool. I'll make sure that I'm stayed at 4.5 or 4:5, which is our Instagram ratio. Give it some headroom. Beautiful. Let's see. Amazing. So I'm going to turn on my content aware. Or maybe let me show you another trick of filling it up. So I'll press OK. Once that is done, I'll pick up my rectangular marquee tool and just select this area, right? Make sure it's not selecting her finger. Beautiful. Then right click, go to select inverse, then go to fill, go to content aware. And boom, it's done. So once you are done doing that, pick up your selection tool, then go to select subject. Very simple. Right click on the image and go to select inverse. So now you have to make a duplicate of this background, then right click on it once more time and go to layer via cut. So now in your layer via cut, this is the same technique you can use to clean up your background. For example, if I hold my control and reload the selection by holding the control down and clicking on this box, if I go to filter and go to blur, go to Gaussian blur, I'm going to be able to smoothen out this background. So if this is a rough background, or let's say we'll have some patches and some wrinkles on it that we do not want in the image, we will smooth it out like this. But because ours is clean, we are going to leave it like this. Of course, it's fully editable. If at any point it causes a problem, we'll come and re-edit it. So we'll go over to this layer, our object layer, make sure it's staying above the whole layers. Now let's get our background. So this is the smoke we're going to be using to add drama. So I'm going to unlock the background layer so I can move it, then place it over my object like this. Now I'll hold my alternate and determine exactly where my anchor point is going to be. Then I will scale it in. Beautiful. Look at that. Perfectly fitted in. Then I'll press OK. So what you need to do next is to change the blend mode to overlay. So once you do that, it's going to automatically blend it. But the only challenge I'm having now is that I need the floor to be slightly darker so that she can fully stay in it. She can fully balance in. So there are many techniques we can use to create that shadow effect that we want. One thing I can do is to go to my curves and just darken it down from the top, right? Press Ctrl I, then pick up my brush and just paint over the floor with her dress on it, just like this. So what this is going to do for us is that it's going to give us the illusion of lightning not properly touching the down part of the image. Of course, we need to bring it down. So I'll just gradually feather it out with my brush. Beautiful. Look at the effect, the before, the after. So we'll reduce the opacity, just like. Now it's time to create our drama. How do we do that? Very simple. Go over to your smoke. Make sure it's unlocked. Now, the reason this smoke was actually on a black background is because black allows you to easily use blend modes and remove it and still retain the content. So if you want to get access to smokes you can use on your image, just go to your Google, type smoke effect on black background, and it's going to give it to you. So I'll just drag it over to my image, place it where I want it to be. Sorry. Drag it over here, place it here. Make sure your object layer is above, very important. Our curves will definitely stay be above it. The smoke will come down here. Good. So now I need to flip it over and determine exactly the way I want it. So I want here looking like this is the source of the smoke. Then we scale it in. Very good. Press enter. So let's look for the blend mode that will do the magic for us. Okay. My God, look at that. This is so beautiful. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this, man. So I think I'm going to combine two blend modes here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just combine two blend modes to give me that powerful look that I just saw. So this is the first one, screen. Press Ctrl J, turn off one, and change it to the one that has the lights in on. So I'm going to group the two of them together. Open the groups. Now let's start working on the blending. So I love what the screen is doing over here. Then I love what the color dodge is doing over here. So what I'm going to do generally is I'm going to pick up my mask, reduce the brush, going to feather the tip. Can actually use an effect brush that will make that feathering look like a proper smoke. Okay, so we can use this brush, just replace the strands, just feather the edge. Oh, we're supposed to hide this. Pardon me, please. Okay. Oh man, it's actually on the wrong brush. I was wondering why I wasn't seeing what I was. Let's break him. Still not affecting what we're doing. Okay, so we just stick to our normal brush and just feather the tip. Okay, so now we'll have the smoke down here. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hide it from under here as well. So we get that beautiful lightning flowing in from that angle. Same thing over here. So we need to hide this as well, this edge. Very good. Look at that snow. You can as well still scale it in if you feel it's not, large enough, because I'm feeling it's not. Keep it here. Beautiful. So I need to reduce the effect of this one. Yeah. The lightning is too strong over there. Okay. Beautiful. So we group the two of them to also, okay, they're already in a group. Now I want to create a very tiny light source down here. Because if there's a smoke here, then we should actually at least have a light source. So I'm going to create a very beautiful light source down here that will bring everything together. So I'll go to my gradient. Radial gradients, very important. Radial. And bring it down here. Reduce the scale. Place it down here. Should be using something very, very hot. So you pick from here, and as well pick from here. Press OK. So this is the lightning we'll have. Press OK. Then we change the blend mode to give us that strong light that we're looking at down there. Color dots. Let's see. I think I love what linear light is doing. So I just need to move it around to stay exactly where I want it to be. So we'll make a duplicate of this. Need a very hot one. Need it spilling. So press OK. Reduce it. Then make a duplicate. Drag this one all the way to the top. Scale it to be big because I want the light also affecting my object. Press OK and reduce the opacity. So now I feel I need to darken down some part of my background. So I'll pick up my rectangular marquee tool, come over here, go to my curves, just tone it down like this. The before, the after. All right. So this is too much. We need to bring it down. Very good. Then I think I need to restore what we did down here. This point, need to bring it down a little bit more. So we need an overall contrast in the image. Nice one. So our gradient lightening is not lightening enough. So we need to bring it on here. Okay, so to crown everything, I need to as well blur out that smoke a little. Need to blur it out. It's slightly too sharp for my liking. It will just bring the details down a bit. Do the same thing over here. So of course, I will always create a global color grading to make the whole thing come together. This is beautiful. I feel this is going to give us magic. Okay, let's keep moving. Amazing. Oh, this is so good. Wow. Okay, think I found my stuff. Except that the whole thing looks slightly distracting. So let's start pulling down the saturation of things. So we need to bring this down a little bit. Radiance, where is it? We need to tone this down a little bit. Our smoke, we need to bring it down a little bit. Okay. Very good. So we can now combine two color lookups. Let's see. I love this one. So I'm just looking for a color lookup that will give me tension to the face of the woman. I feel she's overshadowed in the whole thing. Need her out. Okay, this works. This works really, really well. Okay, so the last thing we'll do is to go into our camera adjustment layer. Add some vignetting, cool down. Just let's play around with our filter. Okay, so stops down. There goes the highlights. Very important. Add some contrast. Put my effect. I will always come here. Pull it to the midpoint, but make sure it's not strong. Highlights and to sharp. Oh, this is so beautiful. So I think our shadows are slightly too dark. Okay. Beautiful. Nice one. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is to flatten everything together and recrop the image. So I feel she's bending. Nice one. Turn on your content tower, please. Feel she wasn't standing exactly straight. Press enter. And this is it. But the lines are now looking slightly fallen, but I think she's actually looking cute in the image. Right. Okay. So let me show you the overall before and after. I'll go to my history. Take a snapshot, then go in. So this is the before when we got started. This is the after. This is the before. This is the after. So this is how you can create magic, transform your ordinary gray background into an astonishing magic that will blow your mind using canvas backdrop. Tell me what you think about this effect in the comment section. And of course, if you want access to this smoke and the background, join our Telegram community by going to the link in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you subscribe, turn on your notification bell to get notified every single time we drop a new video. Until then, see you on the next one. Bye for now.